Hey everybody, Mr. Tomich back again with another algebraic relationships problem. This time we're going to be analyzing the tables with an equation given, and we're going to figure out which table matches the equation given in the problem. So let's go ahead and start. Question reads, this side length, or the side length of a regular hexagon, x, okay, so we know it represents our first variable x, and its perimeter y can be represented by the equation given y equals 6x. Okay, if that's a little bit hard to see, I'll rewrite it up here for you. Y equals 6x. Which table, which table down here best represents the relationship between the side length of a regular hexagon, x, and its perimeter, y. Okay? So we're getting from x to y. If you notice in all of these tables, the x is going to come first. Okay? Always, always, always. Whenever you have two variables in an equation, the variable that is attached to this value right here, for example, x, okay, this value is if you notice, is always going to come first. Okay? Remember, we're getting from x to y. Okay? We're getting from x to y. So, how we get from x to y in this particular equation, we are going to multiply x times 6. If you notice this equation up here, y equals 6x. This means y equals 6 times, remember this little dot in the middle means times, and then x. Alright, so 6 times x. This is what we're looking for. So, now let's compare the values in our table to our equation. Let's see if the values in the table are correct. So let's go to answer choice A. If we multiply 6 times all of these values, we should get y over here. Okay? So, we're going to go one by one, and we are going to multiply each of these times 6. Let's start with the first one, 0.5. So I'm going to do this over here, 0.5 times 6. Okay, now this is how you're going to multiply by decimals right here. Okay, you do not have to line your decimals up when multiplying. Once again, you do not have to multiply. You do not have to line up your decimals when you are multiplying. Just line it up like a normal multiplication problem. We're going to worry about the decimal at the end of our problem. So 0.5 times 6. So we know that 5 times 6 is 30. We're going to do 0, bring our 3 up here. Okay, now once again, just like a normal multiplication problem. 6 times 0 is 0. Don't forget to add that 3. So we come up with 3 right here. Now remember, the amount of decimals in your problem, the amount of decimal places in your problem is going to be amount of decimal places in your answer. Okay? I'll say that again. The amount of decimal places in your problem is going to be the amount of decimal places in your answer. So, we have 1 decimal place in this problem up here. Therefore, we're going to have 1 decimal place in our answer. Your answer is going to be 3.0. Now, does this over here say 3.0? It does not. So that is not our answer. So we're going to mark out A. We're going to mark out A. Let's go to answer choice B right here. Let's go to answer choice B. So remember, we're going to be multiplying x times 6. Okay? Each one of these values is going to be times 6. So 3 times 6. I know that 3 times 6 is going to equal 18. Alright, 3 times 6 is 18. That's a pretty easy one. So, is this answer over here 18? No. Our answer over here is 5/10. So, once again, this answer is not correct. Let's go to answer choice C. Let's go to answer choice C. So once again, we're going to be multiplying 5/10 times 6. Well, wait a minute. Didn't we do that over here on this last problem? We did. If you look over here, we did 0.5 times 6 already. It was 3.0. So, is this answer 3.0? No, it is not. So, therefore, just by process of elimination, I know my answer choice is D. Let's go through these values real quick just to double check and make sure though. Alright, so first off, 0.5 times 6. Remember, we did that over here again. Okay, we did that over here on this table. If we look, our answer was 3.0. 3.0, that's the same thing as 3. Okay, that's the same thing as 3. So we can go ahead and put a little check mark right here. Okay, we know that 3.0 is 3. Let's check out 0.75 times 6. Okay, let's look at 0.75 times 6. I'm going to do this up here for you. 0. Remember, just line it up like a normal multiplication problem. Okay, your decimals do not have to line up. Alright, let's worry about the decimal at the end. Let's go ahead and multiply this all the way through. So 5 times 6 is going to be 30. 6 times 7 is 42. I'm going to add this 3 up here, so I'm going to get 45. Now, remember earlier what I said about however many decimal places were in your problem? It's going to be the amount of decimal places in your answer. In this case, remember over here we had 1 decimal place, so we had 1 decimal place in our answer. Over here, if you notice, we have 2 decimal places. So in your answer, you're going to have 2 decimal places. It's going to be right here between this 4 and the 5. 4.50 or 4 and 5/10. Okay? Does this answer match this answer over here? It does. Okay, 4.5 and 4.50 is the same thing. So we're going to check that off. We know that D is our answer. So there you have it.